Good evening, Tina here. So you're here, you're watching this, and thank you. I'm honored and love sharing what works for me in my life and these processes that have come along in reclaiming innocence. So it started, of course, as a lifelong journey that, like it does for all of us, and we each had our unique way of experiencing maybe, versions of innocence in our experience. And for me, it was something that I felt when someone said, oh, we lose our innocence, or someone takes our innocence. And I thought to myself, it never really made me feel like, how can I get that back? Let's say if it was taken or lost or stolen, or, the things that happen in trauma through our experience in life, and how do we resolve those things, such as getting a knee, falling off a thing, these experiences that we have as kids is still falling. And so this idea of innocence is maybe an overview of life. And the more I started to study and get involved in my own healing and my own center, and this knowing that we all carry within us, and why was I defying it in a way, and what was the knowing? And for a while I stepped away from believing in that, or feeling in that, or even sensing in that. And so this first part is kind of an introduction to the idea, this concept, this way of maybe a perspective. Yeah, let's say I'm sharing a perspective with you that helps me live a life where I can easily forgive, have compassion in the heart, and continue to evolve in a way that serves me and others around me. And it's given me the biggest opportunity to share compassion, learn about what compassion means, or unconditional experiences, non-attachment to life, but still loving and surrendering deeply. And what does that actually entail? And so it came to me like this thought when I was walking one day, that innocence, and it was kind of a word that was in a way triggering. Innocence. I thought, geez, that's weird, Tina. So I started to play with the idea, innocence, and because English was never my first, first language. See, look. That's it right there. I recognized that in the word itself, there were like twins, and I was like, that's an interesting word, innocence. And so I played. And so it's like in no sense, meaning we are pure. We have this in no sense, this pure O of our own column of light, like a crystal, and when we come into these bodies. And there are people around us that mean well, and like our parents, for example, and they want to put their little sticker on your light beingness, and it's a perspective that they hold. So they're going to put it on you, and then they want you to kind of shine through that perspective to them, so they know that you are learning, safe. That is the one or the two couple first perspectives of life, these two stickers, and then if we reflect the light accordingly to what this little beautiful sticker they put on you, then it matches them and everything is congruent. But because we're this column, there's many areas of us, or let's say a big light board, more people will come along and their own well-being, or meaning well, they want to put in perspectives that they think will serve you in relationship to them. So, this is boop, this is what I'm thinking, and there's another one, and pretty soon, before you know it, whether it's you at this light board or you as a column of light, all these stickers start to be put on you and on your light system, let's say, as a perspective. Let's say it's beautiful lightning rod. And eventually, let's say if someone isn't around you saying, hey, keep your own perspective to also remember that. Yeah, it's really important. Other perspectives are great. Sometimes there's really great teachers around when you're younger that say, but most of us didn't have that. And we had to kind of figure out on our own. I used to feel like, joy, exuberant, wow, and then a little bit more, and then people want you to feel on behalf of what they do. And then more and more, the light starts to fizzle away, in the sense that your light is being guided through these perspectives and these stories and these attachments to all these different experiences and people, and with everything, not just people, but it's just experiences of life will come together, and they will start put their stickers on there as well. So the more the ball gets rolling, the more these stickers you have everywhere. And so what we're saying here is nothing, because I'm not saying anything. I have to cut that out. What I'm implying is that now we're full of stickers. And now there's something in your life where you can't find, or let's say connect with, the way you're projecting your own experience, your own feeling, your own value, your ownness into the world. So in this video, I just wanted to mention that that's the journey, the joy in the journey. So from sadness to joy is one of the teachers that told me that, that's the journey. Sadness, and then there's joy over sadness. But it's a vast teaching, because every momentum that we start to connect with and, let's say, move into, it can have a perspective that doesn't feel good for us anymore. But because we've been looking through that perspective, that sticker, that kind of like mirage, or their perspective, we never really had a chance to figure ours out. Some perspectives have been, engineered from a very young age and then repeated. So the way in which to get back to this inner light, this inner sense of being, this inner vitality, is to peel back some of those stickers. So step one is today. And what I want you to do is just contemplate, okay, if we're in the game of perspectives, how can I bring myself back home to my core light? Other perspectives are fine, it's fine. Think of yourself as a river of light, just moving constantly. And these stickers are like islands. And there's a lot of islands everywhere. And what you have to do is flow a little bit more light. And then they become apart from each other. They're still there in their gorgeous rock formations, just like the beautiful water does. But it still flows around it and feels alongside it. And that is the path forward, to go with the flow. Finding and reclaiming, understanding and releasing are all part of the gamut of our own true innocence, inner senses. And it's time that I want to share with you what works for me. So, for today, for this first segment, I invite you to sit in a comfortable chair, like mine is my fur, and relax into innocence. Just to say the word in your mind and in your heart and your belly, innocence. Innocence. Let yourself sit with that word and see, do you rush off right away to do something else? Do you feel like you have impatience, like you don't have the time for this? Guess what? You can take it on the go with you while you do the dishes. Contemplate. What is my inner sense about doing dishes? Do I like it? Can I flow with it? Or is that guy pissing me off because he put the dishes in the dishwasher? Finding the clarity and the joy in the moment is your innocence. And so, yeah, the invitation is out there. Look around on how you respond to life. Is it through innocence, or is there an attached perspective sticker that's stuck on there that's not truly who you are? Are you in annoyance? Are you in any kind of feeling inside your system that gives you a little edge? And why? Because innocence leads to satisfaction. And are you satisfied? Innocence also is your inner sense to curiosity. Are you feeling curious, or still floating like a still boat on the water in the evening sun? Stillness, listening to everything is a version of innocence also. So there's many ways in which you can claim innocence. It's not just in a way that feels, to me, it was vulnerable and child, the innocence of a child. And I felt like when I was a child, I didn't feel like a child. I felt an inner knowing, and I knew what was right in my heart and what wasn't. And so that's what we're reclaiming, is those times where we stuck those stickers, those perspective of others, and went with their perspective versus our own light, our own flow around those stickers. Stickers are fine. They're part of the reality that we live in. But it's one thing for us to not understand or not feel, not that I don't say understand, but feel maybe cloudiness or chaos where normally you want stillness. So come along on the journey with me. It's just part one. I'm just going to continue, and I'm just going to share with you, what life's all about, the lessons, the joy. Stick around.